Sometimes there's a lot of information about how to put this into practice, but I want to share some of the easiest ways that have helped me practice this, whether it's manifesting love, health, or wealth. But in this video, we're talking about manifesting love. So here's one way to practice. Hi there, I'm Adila, your expert in all things manifestation. If you're new here, I'm a manifestation coach helping you create your ideal lifestyle by telling your ideal story. My motto is if I can help at least one person, I have done my job. If you'd like for me to help you create your story that's tailored to your specific desires, head over to my website, thisisyourstory.co, where I offer email coaching and free ebooks to help get you started. To put this into practice, I'll be reading from Neville's lessons. Then at the end of this, I'll give you a short story that you can practice daily to manifest marriage. So Neville says, here is a practical application of this mystery. Sit quietly and decide what it is you would like most to express or possess. After you After you have decided, close your eyes and take your attention completely away from all that would deny the realization of the thing desired. Let me read that again. After you have decided, close your eyes and take your attention completely away from all that would deny the realization of the thing you desired. Then assume a receptive attitude of mind and play the game of supposing by imagining how you would feel if you were now to realize your desire. I'll say that again. Then assume a receptive attitude of mind and play the game of supposing by imagining how you would feel if you were now to realize your desire. He goes on to say, begin to listen as though space were talking to you and telling you that you are now that which you desire to be. Begin to listen as though space were talking to you and telling you that you are now that which you desire to be. This receptive attitude is the state of consciousness that you must assume before an impression can be made. So, this is how I practice this. I like to take a story and create it ahead of time. That means I've scripted it out. I've talked about who I am as the person who is married, who I am showing up as, who is my partner, and what is our lifestyle like. And that's despite any circumstance that is going on. It doesn't matter if I have the partner, if I have a person in mind who's not acting in the way that I would desire them to do. I can't right now see that we will get married. It does not matter. And I like to call this my ideal love story. So I've created the ideal love story, the love story that I would like to see myself in, that I am being now, and that I am operating as. Again, he says to sit quietly and decide what it is you would most like to express or possess. After you have decided, close your eyes and take your attention completely away from all that from all that would deny the realization of that thing desired. So you're taking your attention away from all of your senses that are telling you that you're not married now, that you're not living in the house with your spouse now, right? So here's an example of a story I wrote a long time ago about my husband. My husband, he is in service to me and he loves it. He knows exactly what I love when we are intimate, and he always surprises me. He feels so amazing with me. It feels so amazing to be with me. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a rated R part in there. So let's get back to PG. So let's start again. And I have to omit one part. My husband, he is in service to me and he loves it. He knows exactly what I love His day is filled with taking care of me. He created a life full of joy, wealth, and abundance, and He manifested me to come into His experience and enjoy every bit of it. He retired me from my jobs, and we enjoy spending our days together exploring the world around us. We have never experienced as much joy as we have until we married. It was the best decision we both have ever made. Our union radiates love. We adore each other. The love and harmony that is always reflected in us is reflected back and mirrored back in our world. We experience so much joy with people, family, friends, and love just circulates in our experiences. We love experience the world in this way. We love experiencing the world in this way. Listening to the leaves rustle in the wind, the hummingbirds coming to visit us, watching butterflies and exotic animals coming out into our experience. So much water surrounding us, so much love. It has always been what our divine purpose was, to love ourselves and radiate love out to the world. So after reading a story like this, I would sit back and close my eyes and imagine it. If I needed to remember it, I'd read it again. But I'd imagine already being married. What does that feel like? How does it feel to be with this person every day? How does it feel to wake up to them? For them to surprise you with sweet gestures and nice little gifts and thoughtful acts of service? How does it feel to have someone who just cares about you so much, who cares about your well being, who's just so thoughtful, who really listens to you, who appreciates everything about you, and they show you every single day, every moment of the day? You guys are so loving towards each other, loving towards the rest of the world. You go out in the world and you're experiencing happy people. You are radiating happiness. People are so kind to you. You're coming back and saying to your husband, "Look what I got. Somebody just gave me this free thing. They were so fun and funny and nice to me. People just treat me so special." It goes on and on. That's your ideal story. That's a normal and natural story that you will continuously experience in your marriage when you cultivate a story like that. So, when cultivating your relationship and deciding how it is, you want to get specific, ideally, about things that are important to you in a relationship. Like, let's say that you like to go out on dates a lot and you like to go to specific places, but you don't really think that your partner, or you have a partner who doesn't really enjoy that. Like, let's say you like to go to the ballet and your partner's not really into it. Will that be a problem in your marriage? No, not at all. So you would just start deciding that you guys always go to the ballet together and they enjoy it so much. If you had like family outings that you like to go to and you have a partner who doesn't really like to engage much, you can decide that they go with you and they enjoy it because that's important to you, right? So you want to describe your lifestyle with this partner as more together and more harmonious with the things that you enjoy, because it can happen for you. All you have to do is decide that, these are the types of things that we do, and they will do them. And you won't have to struggle. You won't have to have those back and forth arguments. You won't even have to like set boundaries and, all of that extra stuff. You can have harmony ahead of time because you're creating it now. The part that's most important in that piece is taking this story and sitting with it, closing your eyes and imagining it. That's what SATS is. That's a state akin to sleep. It's like a meditative state, but we do it constantly. We do it all the time. We're just naming what it is now. And it's basically like getting quiet with yourself. So the story penetrates more, because when we wake up for the day, we basically turn on the world, the outside world, whether it's through our phones, through television, through walking outside, and we kind of go into this space where we're automatically, running on old stories, and we want to create more. So, like for me, for instance, when I leave my home, I go to take my daughter to school, and then I go to the office, and the office is like a totally different, story than what I'm creating. I have to have focused time, and I schedule that out for myself. And I have my own desk. So I, intentionally say to myself, okay, this is your time. This is your focus time on yourself. You're creating this whole new world for yourself. So I carve it out and I stick to it. And I have my headphones and I'm sitting to myself. Sometimes I close my eyes, but I'm totally unbothered and the whole world around me phases out. Okay. So that's what you want to do. You want to be able to do that either if you're working like I am, you can do it on your breaks. Sometimes I do it in my car, but you want to have that focus time on you where you are shifting into a whole nother reality, even though this one reality is happening around you. It can initially feel kind of difficult until you start allowing yourself to have that focus time that you're committed to. Okay? And Neville further says, as this pliable and impressive state of mind is attained, then begin to impress upon yourself the fact that you are that which you desire to be, by claiming and feeling that you are now expressing and possessing that which you had decided to be and to have. You are impressing this on your subconscious mind that you are this person now because you are claiming it and you're closing your eyes and you're feeling it. I can feel this internally. I'm automatically having conversations with this person. I can see them when I wake up in the morning and he starts making the bed. Like those are the things that come out of that. And it feels normal, it feels natural. So for me, when I decide that I am married now, or I decide to be married, I know that that will be easy for me because I've already curated the experience. I know how it feels. I know how amazing it will be for me. I know how easy it will be for me. Most importantly, you want to commit to practicing daily. You want to commit to practicing daily. I can never say that enough. I know a lot of people that I was taught by don't really practice daily, and kind of to me as a student, when I was a student more than a teacher of this work, I would feel all like I was all over the place, and I would feel like I would waver constantly, and it was because I would feel empowered and, feel so great in one moment and like I've got this, but then I would practice like a week later. I'd practice like, sporadically, and then I would get sporadic results. And then in my relationship at the time, he was so hot and cold because I was practicing and I had it, going, and I felt like I was so in my power, and then something would just, he would say something, or I would just start feeling something and it would manifest. And it would just knock me off my game, feel like it wasn't working or whatnot. But I want you to commit to a daily practice. It doesn't have to be all throughout the day, but in the beginning, I think it's important to begin in the morning, have some focus time around like your lunchtime in the afternoon. And then in the evening, either script or imagine before bedtime, because those are powerful moments of your day. In the morning, you're just coming out of your sleepy state. It's as one state of consciousness. The world isn't completely on, and your mind is kind of like wide open for that impression. In the evening, it's the same. It's you're impressing your subconscious mind before sleep, and the idea is that it's more open and receptive right before you go to bed, and then you can be like in that space through for all of those hours for sleep. And for me in particular, sleep tapes don't really work for me because it's a distraction. I like to actually sleep. So for me, I wouldn't recommend those because they kind of keep me up. But if those work for you, then go ahead by all means. But um, I think it's very important, and I have experienced success in scripting at different periods throughout your day. And if you can't script, um, closing your eyes and telling yourself that this is who you are. I am this person now. This is how I live my life. Despite you are despite being single now, despite waking up and the other side of the bed is empty, it does not matter because that space will fill up for you. I promise. Just keep your practice going. If you like content like this, let me know by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.